if you don't say nothing.
Come on, what you say?
You got to tell people about who Jesus is. And you ain't got to drag them to church. They'll come looking for him themselves. His works must be publicly proclaimed. They told people that he raised Lazarus from the dead. Verse 18 says, for this reason, people went to meet him because they heard that he performed this sign. Listen, church, you may not know any Bible history about Jesus. You may not can tell people what Jesus did for Lazarus. You might not can tell people what Jesus did for Mary Magdalene. You might not be able to tell people what Jesus did for Peter's mother-in-law. You might not be able to tell people what Jesus did for those 10 lepers. But do you know what you can tell people? You can tell them what he did for you.
Amen.
Say, well, I ain't never been sick. Yeah, but you went to sleep last night.
What you say?
And it wasn't that alarm clock that woke you up. So if you struggling with trying to find a way to introduce your sermon, you ought to start just by saying, he woke me up this morning. And it started me on my way. You can get old school Baptist and say, he didn't let me sleep too late. You can go even deeper than that and say, he put food on my table. He put clothes on my back. He kept a roof over my head. I got some shoes on my feet. Everything's all right with my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. Everything's all right with my sister and my brother. And God's been good to me.
Yes.
That's a good sermon to preach. You can tell people what Jesus has done for you. But the best thing that you can tell people is that he saved you from your sins. But a good word with bad actions is mighty confusing. If Jesus saved you, there ought to be some signs. They followed Jesus, watch the text in verse 18, because they heard about the sign.
Yes.
I love coming in contact with people, and my brothers and my sisters and my grandfather. I don't walk up to people and say, I'm the pastor of such and such a church. I don't have to. Most of the time, people that I'm with, especially my grandfather, he did it to me yesterday. So that's my pastor right there. They look me up and down. I looked up and down. And but especially when we're around people that I grew up under, old teachers. Grandfather say, yeah, that's my pastor. Brother say, yeah, that's my pastor. They look at pastor who?
They looking all right.
What I know about him? So wait a minute, you don't dress like you used to dress. You don't talk like you used to talk. You ain't in all that foolishness you used to be into. What happened? Oh, did you see that door just open up? There's a man by the name of Jesus. And they'll go looking for him, but they have to see the sign. If they don't see no change in you, what I'm looking for Jesus for? He ain't done nothing for you. I'm moving now. Do you know what proclaiming Jesus will also do? And then I'm done. When Jesus is proclaimed, it'll take the focus off of you. And people will stop coming to you, and they'll start going to him. I wish I was that smart, but I'm really not. It's right there, verse number 19. So the Pharisees said one to another, You see that you are not doing any good. Look, the world has gone after him. The Pharisees were the religious teachers, the Jewish religious teachers. People came to the Pharisees when they wanted to know something, and the Pharisees enjoyed that. They enjoyed that publicity. They enjoyed that sense of importance. They enjoyed people coming to them for advice about the scriptures and how to live their life. They enjoyed this. But when somebody started proclaiming Jesus, people left the Pharisees and they started seeking Jesus because somebody proclaimed Jesus. And when people started going after Jesus, the Pharisees acknowledged how useless they really were. In other words, they thought that they were the ones that people should come to. They thought they were useful. They thought that people needed them. They thought that people couldn't live without them. But when Jesus showed up on the scene, Jesus showed them how useless they really are. And for a preacher or for a Christian who goes around talking to people about Jesus, if you proclaim Jesus and you proclaim Jesus the way Jesus ought to be proclaimed, you'll find out that people will leave you and find Jesus because Jesus is more important than you are. Amen. But if you one of them power-hungry people who like for people to come to you all the time, you ain't gonna proclaim Jesus the way Jesus needs to be proclaimed because you want people to continuously come to you. Come on now. But when you preach Jesus right, Jesus will show you how useless you really are. All right. And if you are a real Christian, you ought to want Jesus to show you how useless you really are. Because you can't save nobody. You can't fix nobody. You can't change nobody's mind. You just useless. Not just you, me too. You can read all the books you want to read. You can do all that stuff you want to do. You can get up and articulate the best sermonic presentation that you can ever give. You can do all that stuff, and you'll find out that you can't do nothing. Just useless. But I know somebody who can. So instead of telling you about me, I can just turn around and tell you about him. This is what Paul does. Paul says, I don't go around telling people about me. I preach Jesus and him being crucified. To keep people's focus on Jesus and off me. I'm through now. The old preacher would say, I'm out of time, not out of service. But all I've been trying to tell you this relatively short time we spent together is that you should encourage people to seek after Jesus because he is the proven one that the prophets predicted God would send to provide peace with him. Jesus is the predicted Messiah. But he's not just the predicted Messiah. He's the proven Messiah. And because he fulfills the prophecies that the prophets recorded in their prophetic writings, you and I should encourage people to seek him. Not us. Not our religious organization. Get Jesus. And he'll give you peace with God. The sermon presentation can be summarized from the hymnal entitled, I Heard the Voice of Jesus. The lyrics of that hymnal say, I heard the voice of Jesus say, come unto me and rest. Lay down, O weary one. Lay down your head upon my breast. I came to Jesus, just as I was. I was weary. I was worn. And I was sad. The songwriter said, I found in him a resting place. I found in Jesus a resting place. And it is Jesus who has made me glad.
Yes.
And if you have found in Jesus a resting place, and you come across a person who is discouraged, you ought not give them your 2 cents of advice. You ought to get them to the same doctor that fixed you.
Amen. Come on.
You ought to encourage them to look for Jesus. God bless you. God keep you.